Hello out there. How we doing today? Hope you're doing good. Oh, this is a day of days. Saturday. Then we got church tomorrow. So, anyways, I'm servant. I am Pisces. Everybody, um, I was going to the city today and was going to go to uh, the gun show, and I got up there. Then I turned around and come back. Then I went up there and I come around and come back. I felt like my head was going to explode. So I just come back home, get back into doing some meditation, cooking a meatloaf, trying to get stabilized again. But understand that the wickedness that is falling around out there, um, I feel it, tremendously. Um, the thing that we have to do is come together in prayer. Um, all you collective out there, look, send up your prayers. Um, it's coming into the end of the year on the 25th. Okay, so understand that this cycle will regenerate out on the 25th, which will be the 26th. But the thing about it is that the very important thing to remember is Jesus. He was born on that day. And the thing that everybody can lift up their hands and praise Jesus because of what he done, because of what he brung, the word, the Father's word. And the thing about that, the Father's word is just and true. Okay? Remember that, we talk about the things that we speak out of our mouth. And I told you back during the Assyrians, the Israelites, Palestinians, Persia, all that they thought, they knew that they wouldn't even speak bad against their enemy. Now they would, they would definitely get up, and if there was something there to take care of, they'd take care of business. They'd pull blades and get her done. But they never spoke ill about their enemy. And that is something to really understand and cherish, because if you have that kind of principle, that makes you set apart from everybody else. And you start looking at everything in a whole different view. You can see it thrown out there, and then you see it thrown at one person and then the other person. And then the other person reacts to what you threw out there or what they threw out there. And you're watching these two go at it in verbal language. Well, that's confusion. Okay? So they live in a total absence of happiness. It's just total confusion. Somebody throws something at you, and you turn around and hit it with kindness. They pretty well leave, and they pretty well. But that's the point. Love and kindness is the biggest sword that God give you. Okay. I don't. It didn't dawn on the people that from back then, as they walk forward and lose all of the objectives that they had back when, and it started changing, and it started hatred, it started division. And what it is that the Satan had used all the deity language coming forward, skip 2,000 years to bombard us here today. I was listening to the news today that Texas was going to do something on the ruling on CPS now. That they're not supposed to do what they've been doing. And I've known that all along. I've known that for years. They brung in some people here in Oklahoma. And then I heard that they got one guy in from New York. And when I heard that, I knew it was going to go south just as quick because he's some special guru. So what it was is that everybody's moral thought, which is morals without the Father. Okay, it's morals without the Word. It's morals of saying, okay, this child turns around and says this. Okay, this child turns around and says that. Well, they start believing the child. Well, let me understand now. I'm not saying nothing either way. I'm just saying that the point of whenever you give a child power and he doesn't get his way, he's going to throw you under the bus, okay? Because that give him authority, okay? So Satan knew what he was doing. You know, the thing about it is that, you know, here in Oklahoma, this is a silly system. I mean, really silly. You know, they don't care. They don't care to look at it. It's just rocking along, but they don't understand that probably inside that system is somebody stealing the information to steal kids, you know, to do whatever they want to do. Look, I just see it as it is. I see everything as it really is. It wasn't a deal for helping people. It was a deal to throw the parents under the bus, but maybe there was, you know, there's some children that died. Yes, there was. And they got prosecuted for it. Was their own parents trafficking other kids? Well, yeah, they were. But they got busted for it. But the thing about it is, whenever you got a system that you got kids getting killed, you got kids getting hurt, and then you got kids being sold, and then you got kids that's got a roll number now that they can just, okay, let's go take those kids, those kids, those kids. But who knows that there might be something on the inside of that? The people really don't understand that you people, you're the most wonderful people in the world, okay? You're children of God. You know the difference between right and wrong. The moral part of it is the moral part of staying in your statutes, your precepts, and your commandments. It's all it is. Psalms 119, front to back. Okay? The testimonies will tell you where you're at. Because every one of these testimonies in there is every one of you walking in life. Every one of you. There was a deal in here that I had lost it somewhere. I forgot it, and I'm still hunting for it. But what had happened, and it was in the Old Testament, I believe, somewhere in Genesis, I'm thinking. But I'll backtrack it. I'll find it. But what it done is it told of a situation way back then that was formal to my situation here. And it was done way back then. But we didn't see it as being that way. Well, now I fully see it to be that way. Things are repeating itself, okay? Jesus is coming back, okay? No doubt in my mind. The flip, they say, the flip of this, flip of that. Well, all I know is that I got the download of Gog and Magog. I'm not for sure how that plays in the system or how it plays along the line. But, you know, we got till the end of February to take care of a few things. But understand that the systems that they build, especially in those generations didn't have God in them at all. You cannot run a city, a state, a corporation, a government without the Father. Just doesn't work. I mean, yeah, he'll let it go. Yeah, you want to believe in that? Go right ahead. He'll let it go till it falls apart, till the wheels comes off, or until he gets tired of it. But the thing about what you got to understand is that the people, you are the most wonderful people in the world. You're children of God. It's the simple part of following your path and being able to do the judgment call. That's wrong, okay? Somebody over here watching that kid pull down an aisle full of clothes or whatever, and he gets a whooping. Guess what? He knows better now. But no, let's don't jump up and start accusing, you know, this, and this, because guess what? You're not the one that has to live with that child, turning you into CPS. I know for a fact how that works. I have seen it work, and I have seen it through my kinfolks, okay? So they had a kid. that figured out the system. And guess what? Man, he branded the heck out of them. So understand that how this system works, it starts at home, starts with your love, it starts with the obedience to the Father, it starts with everybody saying a prayer at the table, it starts pulling this all back together to your household, to your community, to your church, and how everything will flourish and grow. Okay? The governments, say Trump, whatever, they're trying to do what they got to do with. Okay? That's all that they can do. Is God going to tip this on its off its axis? I don't know. All I know is the point of Gog and Magog, the point of Russia, Ross, or Rush being in the play. And it's in the play in March. So all I know is that that's what I've seen and that's what I was given. The point of understanding that, I understand it completely and perfectly. Look, there's no reason to get plumb crazy or anything like that. Just like I said, you see a flashlight here, I'm already gone. I'm 1 second, I'm in heaven. I don't have to put up with this mess anymore. But the people that he has got here on this planet, I am going to love to pieces. Okay? I don't care. I love you guys. You're the most wonderful people in the world. You're geniuses. And you just need a little help to turn around and see that those 2 cups you spilled in front of you, hey, no big deal. You got 1,000 right behind you. Just got to turn around. Put God in your heart. Stay on your walk. Stay right there with Jesus. Jesus is right here. You know, all you got to do is say, Jesus, I need some help. Guess what? You got 1,000 angels on you. So don't worry about it. It'll all be good. I'm good. Everybody's good. So, guys, I know some people out there hurting. Hey, I'll tell you the truth. Go to Psalms 119 or go to Psalms 1. Read it from front to back. All of those are prayers. Okay? Every one of them. When you get to Psalms 119, precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, and then you'll start seeing the roadmap. All those prayers that you said from front to back, all the way through Psalms, all those prayers are your prayers. They're from God. Okay? When you run through them, you keep running through them. You run through them in the morning when you get up. You run through them in the morning when you get home. Hey, you'll see that big old smile get on your face. You take that hour of time to go in there and poke yourself with everything that you've done wrong. You take it in, okay? God said you can't throw it off, because guess what? It doesn't hurt. But if you get hurt, guess what? You take that in. That's your armor. God is reforming you to the new man, the new woman. Makes no difference what you've done, okay? Makes no difference to him what you've done. You turn around, you go get saved, you go get yourself baptized, you stay in the Word, okay? You want to save yourself? Stay in the Word. As I'll promise you, no weapon forged against you will prosper, okay? You wear the armor of God, so ain't nothing going to happen, okay? So every one of you are wonderful people. You're the children of the Most High. This planet is your planet. This planet is your planet, okay? So understand principality is going to push against you. You don't have to abide by it. You may have to change the law, okay? You may have to change minds of the community to understand that law that they created for 400 more stop signs in town just really doesn't serve anybody. We would rather have the money to go do this with. Okay, that's the first start. That's your start. Actually, the first start is walking out the door and saying hi to the neighbor. Oh my goodness, that's the first start. Then you just let it spread. Okay, it will happen. It does happen every day. But the thing that is that understand that the people that are around you, your moms, your dads, and the thing that's taking care of them. Look at here. No bigger blessing. They were here before you. They're the patriarchs. They loved you when nobody else wanted to love you. Dog wouldn't even love you. You put a pork chop around your neck. But the understanding is that you've done some things wrong, and maybe your family has shunned you. Well, guess what? It's time to pick it up, stand up, get upright, open that heart up, get to church, do the right thing. They're still going to have that little memory in the back of their head, the same as you do. And your apologies will be well accepted, okay? It's your apologies at work. And the thing about it is, the Father will take care of you like nobody's business. You'll feel Him, okay? And when you're doing your meditation, like I said, you'll get something and then you'll see something go down the road and you'll just laugh and laugh and laugh. So, yeah, y'all are wonderful people. You can get her done. There's no way that God would ever separate Himself from you. Jesus is right there in you. Your soul is right there because Father shoved grace in you when you was born. Okay? He knew you when you was born. He knows everything you're going to do before you do it. So just remember, walking in that natural law, like the old squirrel out there running around a tree, having a good time. You watching them have a good time. How come you can't have a good time? Because you can have a wonderful time. Kings, I'm going to throw you on the bus here. You taking your wife out to eat? Or maybe y'all are pinching back and building up a stockpile or something, or maybe you're building caches or whatever you're doing, But, that little Hershey kiss, it makes a lot of difference. It does. Queen, them bologna sandwiches, cooked bologna sandwiches at home at night, pork and beans. Hey, you come across that man's heart through his stomach. So understand this. Y'all out there loving each other and loving everybody, and communities coming together, having a cake sale, pie bakes, pie sale, and just remember, there's other people out there that you don't know that even exist that are living in the trees, okay? Maybe they need a pie. Maybe they need just a hot pot of coffee. Just something simple. Don't have to be that big. Just remember that God loves you more than anything in the world. He loves them too, okay? So, I'm in 18 minutes. I'm not doing too bad. I'm getting things kind of a little shorter. I'm trying to make the program a little bit more interesting. I've got a deal tonight I'm going to do on Twitch. And I'm going to go through this on Psalms 119. Semich. And give you a little insight of what I see and see what y'all see. And like I said, stay in that meditation. God loves you. He wants to talk to you every day. He wants to know how you done. Okay. 119, starting at 113. I hate vain thoughts, but the law do I love. Are we vain? Are we prideful? Do we rule with no compassion? The thing about it is that you need to understand whenever you feel yourself in that situation, you say, well, man, I wish I wouldn't have said that. Well, whenever you say those things, remember, pull it back. That's not me, Father. I rebuke that. Forgive me. And it's dead just like that. But understand vanity. Like that one guy was a pastor he was the priest for David. He wrote a whole chapter on vanity. He just went plumb nuts with it. I mean, everything's vanity, vanity, vanity. Our lives are vanity, But the thing about it is that he didn't take into consideration that, yes, it is. But mercy, compassion, and charity and love, okay, trumps everything, okay? So understand that sometimes you have to be sometimes you have to be a king or an emperor for the situation. But understand, don't let the heart get hard. Because at that time, then you start receiving a lot of hailstones, let's put it that way. It just starts coming at you. And you're wondering why everything's falling apart. Why is that? Then you got to stop and say, oh, okay, I understand now. Then you got to jump back to your statutes and precepts and commandments, testimonies, and say, oh, that's what I did. This is who I am. This is what my ideal is. This is why my cups keep getting spilled. Okay? Then your energy level jumps back up there and you're right back on path again. Okay? You walk out the door and say, and you scream at the top of your lungs, God bless everybody. So, he's listening and he's watching and he is right there on point all the time with you. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Stay with the word, because it is hope. It's hope. It's faith. You stand behind it. You stand with it. He'll stand behind you, and he'll stand on top of you. So understand that you've got it no matter what. Just stay in it to win it. Depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of my God, the most high, righteous, and loved, that sits on the white throne, the great white throne of righteousness. My God, Yahweh. That's it. So, your commandments, each one of your commandments will come out. It may say just one commandment, but you know how many attachments are to that commandment, okay? Thou shalt not sin. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not speak bad. Thou shalt not, understand that how many words and syllables has been made from way back there of keeping their mouth shut and saying something against anybody to now. There's thousands of synonyms. There's thousands of all these things. Verbs, adverbs, pronouns, whatever you want to throw out there. But understand that that's the truth. It's the point of gossip is witchcraft. So understand that boomerang effect will come around and smack you in the head. But ladies, guys, you know the truth whenever you can say the truth. It's better to spill the truth out than it is to make up the truth. Okay? Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live. And whenever God says he's going to do something, guess what? All it is your hope by faith. It's true. I mean, it's all up to you. You hope, you say, you go by faith, but the point of walking in faith with the Father in natural law, in natural life, the gifts are in front of you then, okay? Remember, it's always in front of you. You don't have to steer past it, because God, when he says something in this Bible, in this book, when he says something, he means it, and it is true. The Word, he was the Word, okay? And when you speak it, the good side, guess what? Those affirmations are in front of you. You're manifesting. Your goals are in front of you now. Your timeline's jumped. Your energy level's up. You're looking down playing chess now. Okay? It's not a game. God says it. It's the truth. Okay. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe, and I will have respect unto thy statutes continually. The respect of the Father's word. If you know that the Father is actually the Father, and the Son is actually the Son, and the Holy Spirit is the Holy Spirit, that's 3 in 1, okay? So understand that your faith is just multiplied. Okay, you stay with the faith. You stay on point. The principalities, they're going to come against you. You're just going to have to work that out with your congregation, with your people, and you're going to have to figure out this is not serving us. I got to pay for a car tax 69 times. I got to pay for insurance 335 times. Well, then you got to start trying to figure out a way to understand what you need to do to take care of all those things. The vote, the mass understanding out there of what's going on, why is it going on, why is it happening, it's compounded. Well, you have to stop and think about it. Okay? Meditate on it with Father. He'll tell you. I mean, he'll give it to you just as simple. It's downloaded in you. Everything that's coming up and what the Father is just actually touching you with is your DNA code from way back when. The part of putting a bridle on a camel, okay? Or, just whatever it may be, the smallest thing. And he'll get you right there to it. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for thy deceit is falsehood. So anything that's deceitful, anything that's not as of good is bad. And the deceit, which is a falsehood. So automatically, the deceit's in the air. Okay? People know it. They see it. I mean, it's just what it is. It's not no more than that. I tried to rookie do you this way or rookie do you that way. It's just deceit. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love thy testimonies. Simple enough. Saul, Paul, David in the lion's den. The people of the testimonies, those are your lives, okay? You can see yourself that you got in a bad situation and you're looking in your situation to be the way it is. You've lost everything, okay? You have nowhere to go. That's David in the lion's den, okay? David had nothing. They threw him in the lion's den, okay? So you're in the lion's den just like David is. You're just waiting to be devoured. But you call upon the Lord and you put him on your heart, Jesus in your mouth all the time, guess what? You'll walk out of the lion's den being a queen, okay? Or a king. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgment. Okay? Now, let me tell you something. Judgment is judgment. No two ways about it. You don't get out from underneath it. Once it's done, it's done. You walk forward with Jesus on your lips, okay, and God in your heart. And you say, okay, I understand that I did this wrong. You take that in. You can't expect to keep walking forward, okay? It won't work that way. You say, okay, I'll push it off the side and I'll think about it later. I'll do this. It never goes away, okay? Until you digest that in and you cry your tears and your buckets and you go through a turmoil or whatever it is. Till you get out that other side, till you see that rainbow that God's going to give you, he's just putting you through it to say, I am your Lord. I am your high God. Obey me and understand that Jesus died on the cross for you. Okay? He'll put you through it. Look, judgment is judgment. So I just want you to understand that whenever you get into a bad situation and it's your fault, it's by the flesh. Okay? Only way that you get out of that is through the Father. You cry through Jesus. Okay? It goes to the Father. And guess what? He's like any father. You see a kid out there that's got himself tied to a tree, and he goes around it and he gets tied up in it. Well, Dad don't go out there and rescue him right then. He lets him battle with it a little bit before he goes out there and rescues him. Same way. Father will reach down and pick you out of that problem. Not, there's no negotiation. When he gets ready to, not when you get ready to. And you decide to just keep on skipping down the road like you're happy, okay? There's another brick wall down there, okay? And there's another, there's another mud hole. There's another, and you're going to keep falling in it till you get yourself pulled out of it, okay? And the only way you can do that is going to the Father. He'll take care of you. You keep His commandments, His statutes, His precepts, and His testimony in your mouth, okay? And He'll pull you right out of it. The understanding is that you're in it to win it. That's where you get, okay? And you turn around and say, okay, Father, I'm done. I understand now. And you keep trudging up that hill. Rocks are falling on you. Mud's coming down. You're just wanting to get to the top of that hill. Well, guess what? You'll make it when He gets ready for you to make it. But understand, you don't have to go back there no more. You will learn that lesson the first time, okay? What they've done is in the penal system, they catch you doing something, well, they compound you and throw you in, okay? You didn't learn anything. You learned that you was behind a door, or you was put somewhere out of the public. Well, once God gets a hold of you and you say, God, I need to get out from underneath this, look here, there's no jail built big enough to understand that when He makes you start trudging and you want to have faith and stay with it, guess what? You'll be a star by the time you get to the top of that mountain, because I'm going to promise you He will run you through the ringer. But anyways, I want you to understand that I love you. You're good people. You're God's chosen people. Chosen ones, prayers, 24/7 prayers. You're made to do something great out here. So, chosen ones, say your prayers, stay in it to win it. The cycle will come out. When you come out of the cycle, you will be 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Okay? So, collective, like I said, prayers and more prayers and more prayers. That's what we need. Everybody out there, you're children of God. There's no way to separate you from that. The way to be separated is to live in the flesh and not be saved. If you have a chance, which is right now, go out the door, run down to the first church you see and say, I need to be baptized. I got to get Jesus. You believe in Jesus? I do now. I seen some lunatic on the other side of that phone. He said, hey, I got to get Jesus. Well, guess what, guys? It's that important. I've always mentioned the one, that's also ladies, your princes and princesses, learn how to drive, learn how to do these things. It's so very crucially important that eternal life, okay, not the flesh and blood, not here on this planet. Even though you're children of God and He knows you by name, there's still those things that do happen, and it's called death, and He comes to get you. Okay, whenever your name is up in the book, He comes to get you. And guess what? You go up in front of the book of life then. Whenever it was like, let's see, this one saying was that if you walk by your brother without saying a word about God, Jesus, being saved, and he trips over a stone and dies, that is your fault, And that stuck with me for quite some time, and that is the truth, because God put you here for His reason, okay? Like I said, He knows every one of you. He put you here for a reason, to take and save souls, help people, be happy, and let Him bless you. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. Principalities, these things that they're doing now in Texas, and the things that they're doing all over the planet. Russia, China. Look, if they start repealing laws and start repealing it back to where, it's like, 1820, then everybody will have a really happy life. Because guess what? Everybody took care of themselves. They helped their neighbors. They growed what they growed. They took care of everything. They done business as they done business. Barter, sell, and trade. And this digital stuff, look, do your due diligence. Stay in your precepts, statutes, and commandments, and testimonies. And it'll all be great. It'll all be cherry icing on the cake. As long as you got the Father, Jesus in your heart, you baptized, no worries. Well, I'll get off here. I love you guys. Just understand that it's important. So stock up a little bit, save everybody you can, be a good person as you always have been. I am servant. I am Pisces. Bye.